Wyatt Russell, I need to confess to you that I don't know how are we still alive after watching the movie. I almost had a panic attack. Can you explain to us why the Nazi village is so terrifying?
The experiments that are going on in the village are really horrible human experiments. The Nazis are you know, trying a serum to create a serum that's going to create super soldiers that will last 1,000 years and can't die. And so that in itself is pretty terrifying.
And what is the main military operation while facing World War II?
Well, this is based on Operation Overlord that was the D-Day invasion in 1944, and the enemy troops, or the enemy occupied territory is in France, where the troops are dropping, the Allied troops are dropping, and we are part of that paratrooper group. Plane gets shot down and we're going, you know, down. We all sort of get together, and there's a little band of guys who are trying to continue the mission to blow up the radio jamming tower. And that's when they get into the town, they find out that underneath the radio jamming tower, underneath this church, is where the real bad stuff is going on. So. And
what was your basic combat training in order for you to become a soldier?
The training was 4 days of boot camp. We learned how to handle the weapons, how to reload and load magazines, and not do it where you're sitting there going like, trying to like load it in. It got to the point where everyone could load the weapons and shoot the weapons and handle the weapons correctly.
And what kind of experiments are the Nazis doing in the lab?
They're trying to make super soldiers. They're trying to make people that can last forever, that can get shot and won't die, that can run fast, and create a horde of those people, and you're going to have a hard time winning a war.
When it comes to decision, how do you describe your character?
He's a guy who makes decisions based on black and white information, because there's not a lot of time to live in the I don't know stage in this scenario. So you stick with decisions, you make decisions, you have your orders, you follow the orders. That's how you win wars.
And how was the process of the makeup for the zombies?
That was long. It was I think it was like 6, 7, 8 hours in prosthetics, and they made all that's prosthetic. All that's real.
Oh, wow.
Practical. Almost none of it's CGI. Very, very little.
And which part did you engage the most? What are you going to remember?
I will remember the opening scene and filming it, because it took a long time. It was very, very difficult to sort of get through without, you know, getting hurt and getting injured. You really had to pay attention, and that's the opening scene of the movie. You want that to play well, so.
And how do you define the nature of evil in this movie?
The Nazis are sort of the definition of the nature of evil, and you know that's like synonymous with Nazi. So all of the external elements of what you know, testing on humans.
What did you learn in working with J.J. Abrams?
He just is a professional. He knows story, I think, very, very well. I think he spent a lot of time in the creative process beforehand and in post.
And how did you find out that you got this role?
I met with Julius 9 months before the movie. We talked. He gave me his take on the movie. Our takes totally lined up. I talked with JJ, talked with Bad Robot, John and Lindsay, and it eventually came together where I think we made the decision, yeah,